Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot Shop. I'm here to do my February reading for love. So for twin flame, soulmate, divine love, partnerships, whatever have you. If you've stumbled across this reading at whatever point in time, there will be a message here for you, whether it's February 2017 or not. But I am marking it, it is my February love reading for those relationships. So let's dive in and see what's coming. I'm being guided to use the Falling Angel Oracle cards to start this reading. This is my Angel Celtic Cross, and I'm going to start it with an angel card, and then we're going to cross over it with my Llewellyn deck. And we're going to move through the month with that order. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer reading, and I'm going to be putting a link below this reading to my Etsy shop. You can purchase this reading for yourself if you want a personal reading specifically to your situation. And I may have a couple other readings up in the shop for February. Again, the shop will only be open for so long. I'm only selling so many readings every month now, and then working on them throughout the month. So just know if you purchase it, from the time of purchase till you receive it could be to the very end of February. And that's just how I've been needing to energetically to do my readings right now. And I thank everyone for their understanding and patience too at this time. So we're connecting to the angels. I'm feeling a little bit of sadness right now. I'm not sure. I feel some can be experiencing some grief in their life. I feel some quiet energy and some sadness. I'm not sure why or where it's coming from exactly, but it could be, just from the energies. And it's funny because I've been guided to the Fallen Angel Oracle deck. It's not one I use a lot, but there's going to be a good message coming up from here, I do believe, for everyone. I want to start the reading with what needs to be surrendered, because this is another good oracle that brings us really good messages. So what do you need to surrender for the month of February 2017 in regards to love? Wow. Surrender to silence. And in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So it's interesting. It's the feeling that spirit washed over me. Kind of interesting there. And I feel a sense of imprisonment. It almost feels like Alcatraz type energy to me. It feels a sense of imprisonment. It's because of feeling imprisoned. I don't know why that's coming up. But that is what to surrender to. So it's about, in February, and it's interesting because it's kind of the green color too. And in quiet meditation and contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So there's a need for it right now. There's a need for that. So let's see what the fallen angels have, and then we're going to move into the reading. So I'm focusing on the main message. This is going to be the main message that starts out this angelic Celtic cross for love for February, and see what comes up. There it is. So we're going to see what it says. We're going to pull it, and then we're going to read it, and then I'm going to shuffle for the rest of the reading. Okay, so it is shocks, danger of loss. Let me see looks like swan and a white bird there, an ivy that's, kind of like a brownish color. So danger of loss, 37. I'm going to read from the book, number 37. Guard against theft, not just of money and goods, but reputation. Shock's totem bird is the stork. Okay, so that's a stork. This is not the child-bringing stork of recent folklore, but the child-stealing one of ancient Greece. Shock's is a great robber and used to be the patron of horse thieves, but any kind of wealth or treasure attracts him. He can dull the sight hearing, and understanding of his targets, making it easier to go about his trade. If you are not planning a robbery yourself, in which case shocks and support would be welcome, beware of those who would rob you. Danger of loss. So fear of losing, fear of loss is coming up here. I felt a sense of grieving. And I felt Alcatraz. I felt imprisonment. I felt, but, you know, to some that can be locking up your heart, you know, locking up, not wanting to feel a loss, not wanting to feel like you've been robbed. And so this is the main message, and this is the basis of the reading. So this is what we're starting from. It's not to say that you're going to be robbed, you know, physically, or, you know, of any of these energies in February, but it's talking about, it's giving a sense of what's happening. So this could be coming from your other half, or it could be something that you're both, you know, because a lot of times it's both. Like you project to someone else, or you make a judgment of someone else, but it can also be, you know, you're doing it as well at the same time. So it's maybe just pointing out the energies that are going on and surrounding, and you're not aware of. So I'm going to set this down. 37 could be an important number, which is 10, which is 1. And the stork, too, is about moving, migrating, and relocating. So it can be fear of, you know, someone moving away or leaving, relocating. And they're telling me the sense of loss too for some. Now there's going to be different grains. Has got to do with parental issues. So loss of mother, loss of parents, loss of that emotional, because this is talking about like an island, and then, you know, it's like coldness against that water. So it's a pattern, it's a history, they're saying, or something that's connected to that feeling of loss in regards to relationship, in regards to love. So it's all kind of connected. So it could be that you're dealing with that, you know, betrayal of, not betrayal is the word, it's not that, not in that sense, but it's in feeling like a loss of emotional connection to a parent, or not feeling emotionally supported by a parent, has got to do with this feeling, and going and dealing with that right now in this period of your life, really working through those energies of grieving, not being fully supported by family or parents. Okay, so that's part of what this is coming up. Crossing this, and I always like to say for the more positive, but we're into an area of energy. We have the 6 of Wands. So I love to see this because it says that this energy is being experienced, but this is like a road opener. This is like six of Wands to me is sort of like that. It's obstacles being removed. It's a road opener. It's energies flowing again. It's like as if a pipeline had been clinked off, and then all of a sudden it's fixed and the water can flow again, or the energy can move again, and positivity returns. We see the sun in the background. So crossing this, there's going to be a return of positive energies. The white horse represents positivity, white, purity, obviously movement again. And so there's going to be, this is going to be worked through. This obstacle is being worked through, what this is. And there's going to be a return of energy, a return of movement again. It could be that the masculine energy is experiencing this more. And remember, I'm not pinpointing men in general. I'm pinpointing the masculine energy that runs within men and women. So this could be, that energy, but it's going to be worked through and worked out for the positive. 6 could be a time frame, doesn't necessarily mean it will be, but the energies will flow again, is what they're saying, in a positive aspect. but this is a blockage that's being worked through. The foundation for February and what they're supporting, the foundation energy is what the angels are supporting for the month of February, and it is the Ace of Cups. So again, it's a return of that emotion. It's allowing the emotions to flow, and in the way of supporting it is that good lethargic, sometimes good old lethargic cry. Sometimes you have to grieve, and it's that feeling of grief. It's working through those emotions, getting them moving again, getting them flowing, where in the midst of that, sometimes it can stagnate and the water's not moving. So they're supporting that water overflowing again. It's supporting that emotional movement again. It's supporting that, tranquility and peace. There's lilies growing here, is what I'm getting from Spirit with this. And that's how they are supporting the foundation for February. And we have blue skies and the color blue up there over. So it's got to do a little bit with the communication too. So they're telling me they're clearing out emotional communication. And this could be, for some, the throat chakra is being cleansed as well in regards to that. So you may feel that energy moving or needing to work your throat chakra, or being led or guided to those energies throughout the month of February, or feel it flowing more easily, because we see the sky is clearing. You can see the white there. So they're really talking to me of the throat chakra and movement in that area as well. So it could be, for some, this could even be grief counseling that they've needed to go through, to work through family. Like I said, this is connected to family and not feeling supported by parent. And it's got to do, you think that is not connected to your relationship, but it is affecting this person's energy and ability to move forward. But it's saying as that gets worked through and starts to move again, things will improve. Recent past, and it is 8 of Cups. So it's again that, emotional energy where you feel you have to, it's like leaving something behind. It is that feeling. This card can mean different things in different placements and different readings for me. And so here it definitely feels like that, knowing you have to work through this grief, being called to that, and needing to let other things stand. And we see the cups are kind of in odd placement. They're uneven no matter which way you look. Like there's 5 this way and 3 this way, or 3 this way and 5 that way. So it's like knowing you have to work this out, this unevenness in emotion, this unstable instability. And so in the recent past, feeling that calling, feeling that pull to finally face this, finally work through that journey and being called to that. So that is in the recent past. Angel's message to everyone for February for love, and it is the 4 of Pentacles. So this is talking about stability again. Well, not again, but it is in a way, because this was talking to me about things moving in a positive direction. But the angels are indicating, I see this could be number 4, which could be April. And I don't like, it's hard to predict timing in anything really. But it's talking about stability. And it's talking to me about holding on to things that you need in regards, but it's just talking about emotional stability being returned. And I see the month of April coming up here, because this is above the emotion, is where I'm going with the emotional stability. And in the recent past, we've seen that change, that fluctuation, that unevenness in emotion. So there is stability coming up here in what the angels are indicating, and it's positive again because of the sunny background. The future card is, the next card is the future card, and it's a 9 of Cups. So it's talking about wishes fulfilled, and you can see she's dressed like a bride here. So it can be that you're wished for commitment for some. It's going to be for some. Everybody's going to have a little bit of a different grain is coming. But the wish that you have, the things that you want to see happen. You see the bee down here, productivity. In regards to your relationship, in regards to the connection, are going to be fulfilled coming forward. So that is what is future message, is the 9 of Cups. So the next one is your message for you for what to do for yourself for the month of February, and it's to stay positive. It's to remain in the light, to be a light worker. This card also to me connects to Archangel Michael because he is of course connected to the sun and that fiery energy. So it could be working with him. It could be, you know, your role as a light worker and, you know, really connecting to that. But it's also very much staying positive, sending that. You can see it's almost like the like image of the man on the white horse, sending that positivity to this person as they work through that grief, or to yourself, even your future self, in regards to working through that, seeing that positive outcome. And he's surrounded by the lavender, so it's like putting that healing energy around, that tranquility, positivity. Spiritual message, that was what to do for yourself. Next one is spiritual message, and it is the Two of Wands, and it talks, of course, anyone that's listened to a reading or had a reading from me in regards to relationship, this talks about twin flame. This talks about those divine partnerships, and staying focused on it. They're asking you to stay focused and holding that sun orb. She's holding that sun orb. So you may also want to work with, this is the spiritual message, but it can also indicate working with golden gems, you know, so anything that is a golden color or brings up that energy of abundance for you and positivity. Good, so it could be citrine or any other, you know, golden gem, because she's holding it and really stirring into it. But the spiritual message is talking about those twin flame relationships, and you can see the feminine here staying the divine feminine. And again, these energies run through everyone. So if you're a male watching this, this is within your feminine energy. Holding space. It's pretty much what they're saying to me, is hold space for that union, for that partnership, and hold it in light, hold it in positivity, hold that positive intention and focus. And they're showing me, they're going back to this because I was not completely sure all of the message, but you can see all the golden orbs. So there's something about that circle and these golden coins that he's holding on to. So it's covering every aspect, you know, it's covering the crown chakra to the root chakra, they're saying. They're not showing all the chakras here, but it's bringing them into alignment. It's really protecting that energy. And so this is really helping that. So they took me back to that angel message in that way, because it has to do with the sun. These coins are representative of the golden sun, that orb energy. And so as you do that, is that spiritual message, it's helping that energy. Outcomes for February, and we have the Nine of Swords, and I pull two here, and the Tower. Wow, a big change, a big liberation coming up, a big ending of a way of thinking in regards, an end to this, where we started. This would represent where we started. The Nine of Swords represents that sleepless nights, the worries, the anxieties, this grieving process, that feeling down, working through those with thoughts in the mind. And there's that eruption of emotion that, you know, like I said, you have to have a good darn cry. So you're going to be liberated. This big change of emotion, this rush of energy that comes in, this huge change from spirit, as I like to say this card is. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It means it's going to liberate you. It's going to release the emotion. It's going to flow again. It's going to bring liberation with the red, white, and blue that you see on this card. The nines are an ending, and know that spirit is behind it with this card in here. So that is a beautiful message and way of ending. But, you know, as you know, these things are sometimes experienced in different ways. So it's not like, this wasn't a reading of, you know, all positivity. There's going to be some grief worked through. There's going to be past patterns that has created a lot of this dysfunctional thought patterns in regards to, and it's going to break open, you know, what I said, this felt like a blockage and being removed and opening again. So that's going, you're going to see that. You're going to see this by the ending of February. I want to see, actually I'm going to take a look at the next card. We have the Emperor again, that 4 energy. And so it's bringing organization back in. It's bringing stability back in regard. And again, that 4 is coming up. As for some, it could be time frame. And I want to look at the undercurrent here, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the undercurrent is about working on, this is about collaboration, but I'm seeing one person sitting here, and she's working on, and this feels like Betsy Ross to me, Betsy, you would call it Betsy Ross. She's working on that flag, that liberation, that red, white, and blue. But she's by herself. This card represents collaboration, working with others. As you can see, her connection is broken. She's very positive. She's continuing working on liberating and sending positive energy for herself or the other. And she has 3 of these. They're showing me she has 3 of these coins. And that connection has the 4th coin here. So they're making a picture with that, and it's in completion. So the angels are holding this space up in regards. So I hope that has made sense for everyone, and because I'm kind of seeing here like the Tower and the Emperor. I'm going to go back to this for the Tower is bringing, this is working through, it's a huge change. It's for masculine and feminine. This big change is coming for both. And I think it's an energy or experience they're both experiencing, and it's got to do with family, grieving family support, you know, what was there, what experiences they've had as a child, and fearing that loss again and again, because it's somebody that you connect to, you want to connect to with unconditional love, but then having that pattern, and so it's breaking that for both masculine and feminine here. And so you're going to be seeing or feeling those effects in February. And it could come as a lot of that energy. So I hope that has helped some, or many that came for a message for February. And again, I will post the link below, and you can have your own private reading as well. But again, if you click the link and my shop isn't open, it's because I'm only able to get through so many a month at this point. So I shut the shop back off. Sometimes I reopen if I catch up, but most of the time, once it's off, it's off. So I'm sending everyone angel blessings, oceans of love. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope to come back with a Valentine's reading. I'm not sure if that will happen or not, but I will see you soon. Angel blessings.